Alrighty, so, you know, one problem with summer is sunglasses, and I know that's kind of forward, but one of the things they wear during summer a lot tends to be sunglasses, or at least for the normal people around there that get blinded by the sun. One thing is, what do you do with your old sunglasses? And personally, being a little bit frugal, I don't necessarily want to toss them out. You can kind of just put them in a corner, hope nothing happens with them, and let them. Now, if you don't want to keep them in the corner and let them collect dust, you can always do this. Now, for these sunglasses, what you do is you take your old Ray-Ban Wayfarer faux sunglasses, and you're going to want to use an acrylic paint. Now, keep in mind that if you don't clear coat these after the fact, you can still chip them off, and I would say, depending on what type of material you use, you may need to use more layers of paint. Now, the first one I did here is a Hawaiian print, I would call it. The little flowers came out more like butterflies, but if you are an artist, unlike me, you can probably make them look like actual flowers. So basically, this previously was a clear sunglass, so you're going to need more coats of paint just to get the heads up that a solid color would work a little bit better. Also, if you can get them in the color that you want, these are made off of used sunglasses, so keep that in mind. Very simple going down the side, if you can see this, is just a couple flicks of dark green over this light green with the little flower. Very simple, very straightforward, pretty easy in my opinion, and a good way to spice up your sunglasses. Now personally, this is a little bit much for me, so I wanted to go with a little bit more my style, but I definitely like these. Second attempt on another old pair of sunglasses was a pink splatter. Now personally, I like these. They're a little busy, I wouldn't wear them on a daily basis, but for something different, definitely cool. It's black on one side, very straightforward. Then on this side you can kind of see that it's like layered pink paint to look like a bubble gum, and then it fades off onto the other lens. And then on this arm it actually continues and goes out to about the halfway point. The pink splatter was emulated by, again, an acrylic paint, just going over the black. One thing I did was multiple layers of pink, and then compared to the black, there was a little bit of going over it. So what I'd suggest is doing the black first, and then doing the pink on top, so you can get that splatter effect. Again, very straightforward, very simple, but you will need to do multiple coats, again, even though this is a solid color sunglass. Also, just a point of a note with these, I actually got paint on the actual lenses. Before you clear coat, you can take a blunt object. I used one of the things on my multi-tool and pick off the paint and scrub off the paint, whatever you need. But just thing to keep in mind if you do mess up. But even then, I still wanted something a little bit more style, so I'm a fan of the modern look. These came out relatively well. Not the best, I will say. I think that the other two came out better, but I do like this style. It's a modern look to an extent. Very simple. Multiple coats are needed for each square. This one's really nice for if you're a guy and you want something very simple with like a pop of color, because personally I wear a lot of gray, black, a little bit of white. So just doing the simple gray with the black lines, you can kind of get that pop. Nothing too crazy. I did the insides with a little bit of like a flame thing. That was mainly because I was waiting for the outsides to dry and I got bored. But very simple. Again, I got a little bit of paint on the inside, so I just went over with my multi-tool and a scrub brush. Again, done with acrylic. And this one and the Hawaiian are more demanding time-wise than the actual splatter, but with a little bit of artistic freedom, you can change these and do them however you want and do them relatively quickly. I have recorded me doing these if you'd like to see more specifically, and I hope this has helped inspire you to reuse your old sunglasses and not just keep them in the corner and collect dust.